The world has changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it. For none now live who remember it. We're having technical difficulties. Hold on. Oh my god. There we go. It's just lagging because it's being a turd. Okay. We're going back. And I'm gonna pull myself back. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live. It began. Whatever. Hold on. We're fixing this because this is so dumb. I don't know what's going on. This is like lagging super badly. I'm gonna put it in a browser and I'm gonna play it, and it's just ugh. Oh, okay. Hold on. Remove. Frickin' technology. I literally tried to avoid this so many times. It's okay.
It was getting so good too.
I know. Oh well. One day I'm gonna have it with no technical difficulties, and it's gonna be great. Okay. Gosh darn it. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. This is supposed to go without a hitch, but it's us. So I mean, it's me. Avery's great. Her background's amazing. Her
I'm just
purple
here.
Oh gosh. What heck? It's the bad mojo of me dissing an MLM. That's what's going on. That's okay. Okay. We're gonna go in and we're gonna share this screen. Okay. Okay.
Yes, Melissa, you can file a report with the Texas AG if you live in a different state.
Yes, and I do live in Texas, so I can also. I mean, you can do it wherever you are.
Filing system, so you can publish it. You can file in a different state.
Yep. Share screen. Share system audio. Okay. Frickin' heck. All right, let's see if this works. How's the audio for you, Avery?
It's good.
Okay, I'll turn it. I messed up. The world has changed. Okay.
It might be a little loud.
Okay, I'll pull it down. I feel it in the earth. Okay, I'm pulling us back out again. Can you hear Avery or no?
I wasn't able to hear it that entire time.
Gosh darn it. Forget this. We're just gonna do it in a minute. I'm gonna play it from my iPad. We're gonna figure this out. I hate this. Okay, I'm sorry. Ugh. Okay. Let's start over. Just kidding. Download. I'm downloading to my iPad, and we're going to figure this out. Sorry. It's just us.
Even without sound, it looked good, though.
Okay. Well, hopefully.
We still got the joke.
Good. I'm glad. This is the worst. This is the worst. It's the best. We're going to have a good time, and it's just a shit show. Okay, I'm glad you're dying. We're gonna play the sound, and I'm sorry we keep we're gonna live react to an Elomir Zoom call that Erin B sent me, and I don't know what my problem is. Okay, we're gonna try this again, and I'm gonna leave Avery up on the screen because she's my sound person, and we're gonna figure this out. Come on. Gosh darn it. Remove. Well, we need sound for sure. We need sound for sure. Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be like a bad edit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not supposed to be great. It's supposed to be like making fun of all the people photoshopping their little strips, and you can see a finger overlay of someone else. Like, it's
You
not
can literally see that it's photoshopped.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cheesy and
Cheeky.
nerdy and cheesy. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
And then Erin and Julie Joe, I've inserted them into the fight scene. So Erin is the elf king, and Julie Joe's the one who cuts off the finger of Sauron to save the whole world. So it's
That's
great.
amazing.
And I did ask for their permission to put them in the video. Oh, come on. We're gonna try this. Oh, is it this? Is this white? No, I don't know why. Elomir.
Well, I heard it that time.
Oh, great. Why is this so messed up? Oh, I know why. I know what we can do. Fix. Okay. Share screen. Wait, remove. Stop screen. Share system audio. And
That might do it, yeah.
Screen 1.
I wish I was there to help. Usually I can figure it out with technology, but if I don't see the actual screen, I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, no, you're great. Let's see. Stop casting. Close. Share screen 1. Okay. I'm gonna add to stream. Avery, you have to tell me if you can hear, and then I will cancel us out. Okay, let's go. I'll just go back to... Okay, we'll go back to this part. Can you hear?
Yep.
Okay. It began with the forging of the great strips of Elomir. 3 were given to the elves, immortal, wisest, and fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls. And 9 strips of Elomir were gifted to the race of men who above all else desire power. For within these strips of Elomir was bound the strength and will to govern each race. But they were all of them deceived. For another strip of Elomir was made. In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master strip of Elomir to control all others, and into this strip of Elomir he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One strip to rule them all. One by one, the free lands of Middle-earth fell to the power of the strip of Elomir. But there were some who resisted. A last alliance of anti-multi-level marketing creators marched against the armies of Mordor, and on the slopes of Mount Doom, they fought for the freedom of Middle-earth. day was near. But the power of the strip of Elomir could not be undone. It was in this moment, when all hope had faded, that Isildur, son of the king, took up his father's sword. Sauron, the enemy of the free peoples of Middle-earth, was defeated. Okay, well, it was like literally I threw that together and I needed to. I just supposed to be funny. Yeah, is Erin and Julie Joe saving us from Elomir for sure? And Erin is the one that sent me the Zoom call that we're gonna watch, and yeah, it was supposed to not have technical difficulties, but that's okay. It's just keeping me
It was
humble.
still good. It was still good.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to find
Erin's face.
I know. I was like, I just grabbed not even the right angles, but you know, from Instagram. So it was what it was. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I shared to Facebook using their hashtags. That's amazing.
We love that.
Okay, remove this. Stop screen. I'm gonna go ahead and try this again. And oh, wrong. Wrong. Oh, jeez. Cancel. What? Apologies. It's just my iPad's being a brat. I know. It's like my. Okay. Input. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope that you continue watching even though we have technical difficulties. And I appreciate everyone's support even though I'm slowing us down here. Okay. Okay. Janet, make sure to use their hashtags. Yep.
Yes. I think it's
Tireless.
the conversation, hit the strip, Elomir, something else, maybe.
Yeah. The weird thing is, it's like they're not using their own. They're hijacking other hashtags. So
Yep.
Let's see. Turn the volume.
And they chose a hashtag with relatively a good amount of like interaction with it, which doesn't make sense. Usually, if a company wants to use a hashtag, they would choose one that is very niche to them.
Yeah.
Like if it was change the conversation, they would do Elomir change the conversation or something. I don't know.
Yes, and I think they're being really lazy because what I think they did is I think they hijacked a hashtag that people were interested in and hoping to scoop up like people finding their pictures even though it doesn't relate with change the conversation. And I think that's so it's so manipulative and it's predatory in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with all the health claims that they're making.
Oh yeah. In one of the groups that I'm in, they were saying that it helps you deal with your trauma or it helps you like fix your trauma or something. I'm like,
Disgusting.
no. No. Hi,
Hey,
Lori.
Lori.
Oh, I have a lot of hashtags that I use, like hashtag scam and that one gets like millions of people. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's
All
harder to get noticed in those actually because of how like high profile they are technically.
Yeah.
Actually, somewhat better to use the ones that are lower in the usage.
Yeah, and ones that are actively being used, because there's some that have like 10 to 30,000. Because Change the Conversation has, I think, like 31 to 35 now.
Yeah.
But people are actively using it, and there's ones that are kind of dead.
Yeah.
That are hitting the right numbers, but they're they're
not a
not.
lot of people are using it regularly.
Yeah, so you want one that people are participating in, and that it's still visible. So, oh no, Kat, you didn't miss anything.
We had a lot of technical difficulties. You're fine.
Yes, it's been a cluster. Okay, we're gonna try this. I want to be able to see the chat messages. Can y'all see those?
I can see it, yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna try to play the sound, and if it doesn't go through here, we're just gonna play it on my my desktop, I guess. I hope. Let's see, turn up the volume.
Awesome. And I should have closed
Can you hear?
captioning on here if you guys need that. Okay. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to be here tonight. We are so excited to talk to you a little bit more about what we have here. It's an exciting new opportunity, new product. And
sorry, really quickly. I'm DC. I'm an MLM dropout. I have lots of technical difficulties on my channel, but we have a good time mostly. So if you do decide to come back, make sure to bring a snack and a drink so you can do something while I'm trying to figure my shit out. I'm a graphic designer, and you wouldn't be able to tell because I'm having a technical difficulty kind of day. But again, it just all comes with, I don't know, the territory of trying to take down MLMs, I guess. And my computer said absolutely not. Avery is also a graphic designer, and I will let her introduce herself to you, and I'm going to fix the screen so you can look at her cool lights. So I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself.
Yes, I'm Avery. I am a graphic designer / web designer. I mainly focus in UX currently, user experience, but I do post on Instagram a little bit of both graphic design as well as anti-MLM content, although I literally just started. And since I used social media for work for about 4 years, I have a little bit of PTSD. So I'm kind of just slowly going back in.
Yeah, we love that. I met Avery in the Discord / comment sections of Erin's content and Julie Joe's content, and that's how we kind of started doing streams together, and it's been fun so far. And I'm sure it'll be even more fun when I don't have technical difficulties with my videos. So it's gonna be great. And it looks like Avery tried to help me in the private chat too, and I didn't see that either. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna be positive. Okay. Thought-stopping culty techniques. I'm only gonna use it tonight to like not have a meltdown. So we're gonna go ahead and play it, and let us know what you think of the video as we watch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it back. Here we go, and press play.
Product. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about a little bit about the product, some testimonials, and about the business as well. You want to introduce yourself?
Traveling wife, what? Is it traveling wife or
the traveler's wife?
Literally nobody knows how to mute themselves when they enter Zoom.
Yes.
There we go.
And you know what's crazy? They could have set it up automatically to mute everybody who comes into the chat.
Yeah.
And none of them do. And I know that's a picky little petty thing, but it's like you're making
it happens every single time.
I know. It's like somebody learn. And it's like if they are recording this for professional use, then they could do that and it would be a lot easier. And they never edit it out. They never go back and I mean, I guess it's easier because they're storing this on Zoom. So hey Delaney.
Like just put a little bit of effort in, please.
Yeah, just a smidgy. We're just asking. If you only take one piece of advice from us because you're still mad that we're like ragging on Elomir, just automatically mute people when you go into Zoom. That's all. Like take a baby step.
Takes 1 second.
Yes.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we're just going to introduce ourselves. It's Shannon
and Brandon
Hunter, and we have been in the industry for about 9 years. I am a registered nurse and also an integrative nutritional health coach. And Brandon and and myself have retired from our jobs because of this industry about 2 years ago. I'm hearing a little feedback. Can you guys hear me okay? Everybody giving me a thumbs up. Okay, you're hearing me okay? Because I'm hearing the feedback.
Yeah, because someone's not muted.
Do you hear that? I'm sorry. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Everybody's saying I can hear you. Perfect. Okay.
We can hear you, but someone's not muted, so it's gonna give feedback. That's what it's okay.
And you said retired from the.
Oh yeah, and yeah, let's talk about retiring. Normally retirement involves a retirement plan, doesn't it?
And normally retirement means you don't go back to work.
Yeah. Good point. Very good point.
Like when my mom retires in the next few years, she will not go back to work.
Yeah. And exactly.
So there are 3 key points that I want to talk about today. And the very first key point is about the product, okay? Because when you are looking at a business opportunity, you want to know that the product that you are going to be promoting is something unique, is something different, is something that nobody else has out there, okay? So I don't know about you guys, if you have been in the network marketing industry, let's be honest, lately, it's just been very much like a Me Too product, right? Everywhere you turn around, there's another collagen, there's another coffee, there's another nootropic. And what winds up happening when you have products like that is when people come on board,
let me give you some context. I know a lot of people in the chat already follow Erin, Bees, and Julie Joe. They are kind of leading the charge on uncovering all of the deceptive things that are going on with this product launch. This company launched July 5th. It's the 8th. There's someone who I think is 3 ranks from the top already who's ranked up. There's no customers. You're not even allowed to sell to customers until August.
It's literally a pyramid scheme right now.
Yeah, and literally we watched, I recorded it, or I recorded part of a Zoom. Charlene was recording it and I was recording it as well, just in case. And they were showing their back office program about how to stack people underneath to be the most efficient for doing that. And again, in Young Living, we were allowed to change brand partner placements in the first 20 days. You'd have to contact support, and then they would put that you would have an actual enroller, and then you'd have a sponsor. So if they kept it under you, great, but you could move it anywhere. And so our team did that a lot so that the main girl could rank up. And so in Elomir, people are ranking up because they're just getting people ready for customers, I guess, but there's no customers yet. It's just wild. It is wild.
It's bonkers to me the amount of people that are actually falling for it, though. Like it's both crazy and disappointing.
Yeah, and then also these parents who are giving their kids these strips and talking about how their kids are so much better behaved and how they're happier and how all this other stuff, when it's a supplement. You didn't talk to your doctor, I'm assuming, about giving your kid these products, and then you're using it because your kid's too unwieldy to I don't know, like they're making it seem like supplement your kid to have a better, more compliant experience with them, and I hate that. I
No,
literally
they're just being a kid. Let them be a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Really going to have to teach them to sell. And what I mean by that is that instead of being able to share something that you love because it's so unique and because it's so different, right? People usually are attracted to that. But if you have something that everyone else has, guys, you're literally having to prove why yours is better than everybody else's, okay? And that gets really ugly. It's a competitive feeling, and the reason why you really want to make sure that something that you are promoting is going to be different than anything out on the market is because you want to know that nobody else can replicate what you have. So what I'm about to talk to you today about is our product. It is literally a little tiny
Listerine strip.
Okay.
Pretty much.
And I'm sure
I know it has other stuff in it. I know it has a pretty controversial ingredient in it as well.
And I don't think it even freshens your breath. So it's not even as good as a Listerine strip.
Yeah. Van is the woman who is the co-owner with her husband, Tone.
Yeah.
And Terry LaCour. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Jessica.
Yeah, Janet was talking about that in the Discord yesterday.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all haven't joined Erin or Julie Joe's Discord, it's the best. And I'm a member over there.
I'm a member of both.
Yes, I'm a member of both. So
I'm sure you guys have seen this out there. If you've been on social media, it's flooding social media. Everybody's talking about this little strip, but nobody really understands why it's unique or what.
Why did they choose yellow of all things?
We're here to tell you about.
What?
Why did they choose yellow?
Okay, great question. And I guess from a visual perspective, it looks terrible. The pictures I've seen of it melting onto people's tongue.
It looks like pee.
It does.
I hate to say it, but it does.
Literally the first thought I had was was the one of the worst marketing decisions, other than not having product available for your customers, was making your strip yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me?
At least don't use an actual yellow dye, because that would stain the tongue.
Oh yeah, I know, and I think it does stain the tongue.
It does. I've seen it. It's gross.
Ugh. Oh my gosh.
I call it the peach strip.
What? Sorry.
Janet says, I call it the pea strip.
It's literally, like, if you're thinking about this from a marketing perspective, someone's automatically going to think that when they see the little strip. And, like, what's the purpose of making it yellow? Like, why did they go with that? Is yellow dye cheaper?
Yellow is kind of a happy color, but also they probably don't think about that. It's most likely because it's cheaper than any other color, maybe. I don't know, allegedly.
Hey, Tanya. Welcome back. The price for the only package option has no room for profit. $250 for $318.75 worth of product. I don't get that at all.
That's insane.
I mean, the company's, I'm sure, making a profit. They're
making bank.
Yeah, because I don't know how much it costs to, and I know they had to buy a new machine, so that probably really sucks for their bottom line. But
still, with the amount of business they've already been getting in the past week, they're fine.
Yeah, and again, if their independent contractors are the glorified customers, then they're fine. They're putting the profit in there, so they get paid. They're making a profit on the boxes they sell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll definitely have to check that out, and we can probably do it from my iPad after we watch this, because Jessica and Erin, Jessica makes a ton of really cool reels. So if y'all don't follow her on Instagram, I think it's Auntie Lushy. Is that? Yep. So yeah, she makes really cool reels. They are getting 3 boxes for $250 each box. They charge $90 a box. So they are really only saving $20. Good point.
But still. Why would they pay that much? Even if they're getting 3 months worth? It's still insanely expensive.
Yeah, and you don't know when you're going to get the other 2 boxes.
Exactly, yeah.
You're having to pay for 3.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting 1 whenever your order comes up in their process, because they're not able to produce enough of the strips right now, or they weren't yesterday. I think they were doing 400 boxes a day, which is insanely slow. That's insanely slow. So I'm not. That's okay. They can't sell any boxes because they are only getting 1 now and 1 in a few weeks. Yeah, and again, a few weeks. What is that actually timeline going to be? Are they going to say, "Oh, well, we're going to push it out"? I'm wondering, when they're actually going to get the other 2 boxes, because this is the craziest launch I've ever seen. I was telling my dad about it earlier, and he said, "What? They're not selling to any customers, and you're already having people rank up?"
It reminds me a little bit of how when big makeup influencers would have a huge launch and the bandwidth of their website wouldn't be able to handle the amount of people that were on their website at that one time, and it would automatically crash and nobody would be able to order anything.
Yep.
And it just reminds me of like that whole hassle of going back and forth and refreshing and trying to get things in your cart and like maybe never getting it. And then it just like boggles my mind.
Yeah. And Young Living had the worst website for the longest time. It couldn't handle the amount of people it was supposed to, and they refused to spend the money to be able to handle like the amount of traffic that their website was getting. And I'm like, spend the
If
money.
they're making a lot of money, which I'm most likely they are, they should be able to pay to upgrade their bandwidth.
Yes, exactly. Because guess what? That's where the people are buying your product.
Exactly.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Guys, you literally
oh
put
God,
it on
I'm not
your
sharing my
tongue,
screen.
and within minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, you are going to feel the result. So instant impact, guys. And why is that important? Okay. Have you ever been in a company where you gave out a sample before? And
No.
it could be
No.
5 days, 10 days that you give out that sample. And people are saying, I don't know, I didn't really feel it. And the next thing you know, you lost that customer because they didn't feel the results, right? And it's kind of like working out, right? If I go into the gym for 5 days, if I go into the gym for 10 days and then I decide to give up, guys, I'm not going to see the results and I'm going to want to give up, right? That's the kind of world we live in today. So if we don't have a product that has an instant impact from the beginning, guys, we are going to lose out on customers. So I love the fact that you can just pop this on your tongue and feel the results.
So it's $90 divided by 30 strips. So I'm just so bad at math. Oh my God. I'm getting anxious from like trying to do math on on live. Oh my God.
And I think that's so manipulative. And it's
Oh geez.
It's about $3.
$3? Okay. That's what I was thinking, and then I got scared.
I just did it on my phone. I'm horrible at math.
So she's using this as like an example, and $3 isn't bad, I guess. But how many strips are they telling people to take a day?
No, $3 for a freaking strip is outrageous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd rather go to Starbucks. I don't know. Like, I'd rather do like I don't know. I just wouldn't. I don't know. I'm even scared to try these.
Even the Listerine strips, they're packaged at like $5 per container.
Yeah.
Like, that's cents per strip.
Yeah. They're making a buttload of money, but they have to be able to pay their down like all of the lines. They have to
And that's
figure
the
that
only
profit
reason
in.
it's expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. It is wild. Okay.
So quickly, okay? The next thing that I want to talk about is ingredients. And the thing about, we have a community right now that is very, very interested in every single ingredient that we have, and they do research on it. And I am a nurse, so I do the same thing, so I understand, okay? And so when people are looking for ingredients, they want to make sure that when they look at the package that it's simple, that they don't have a million ingredients on the package, right? I mean, that's probably the first thing that I look at even when I go to the store, right? Mm-hmm. I look to make sure that there's not a ton of ingredients. Guys, there is 3 active ingredients in this strip, okay? And I want to talk a little bit about that. So
yeah, let's talk about that.
I don't know if ingredients is different from the full list of ingredients.
Yeah, and so it's more than 3, right?
Yeah. Most likely the ingredients list will be more than 3 with what they're claiming, and it might be like dried out in the manufacturing process, but there most likely is more than 3 ingredients.
They're telling their reps to sell 2 strips for $10?
That's ridiculous. Fuck no.
What?
I would not. My mom would slap me if I made a purchase like this. Sorry.
I can't believe that. Let's see. I love that one sample can make a difference to our customers. I felt it in 5 to 10 minutes. Instant, happy, calm. I mean,
bitch, where though?
Yeah, like, One sample within minutes, I was literally on cloud 9. Is this cocaine? Like, what
Are
is
you
going
high?
on? Yeah. I felt it working within minutes. Dang, what the heck?
Heard of NAC? If you haven't, you've probably been under a rock because everybody's talking about NAC right now. But what it is, if you don't know, it's a precursor to glutathione. And the reason why that is so important is I'm not going to talk about all the benefits of NAC today because there are a ton, right? So if you Google NAC, you're going to find all those benefits. But the one thing that I really wanted to talk about is it's such a powerful antioxidant and it actually helps with your gut. And the reason why that I wanted to talk about that is because this is one of the long-term benefits of this strip. Because
the only thing I keep pausing it because I'm so people using their occupation, like she said she's a nurse. She said it at the beginning, so you initially think when she's telling you about all the good parts of the ingredients or what it does, you're likely to believe her because she is in the medical field. And that makes me crazy mad that people are abusing their occupation to manipulate others for personal profit. And I don't know what you think about that, Avery.
I agree. It's mainly so that they can seem more credible to any prospect. And even if they're a nurse, I'm not knocking nurse education. That's a lot to go through. I don't know the process of what they go through. I don't know what they learn or study. But I don't know if they fully understand all of the chemicals that go into something like this.
Right. And if you're saying that a supplement can make your body, like it's going to impact the structure function of like your body, it has to go through certain testing through the FDA to be able to say this does this. Like generically, you can say biotin impacts the strength of your hair, whatever, skin and nails, or whatever that is. Like you can make generic things because biotin has gone through all of that. And you can't, she is filling all of the gaps about this product with her own occupation. And it's like, the FDA hasn't approved any of this. It hasn't said that this strip does any of those things. Oh, man.
Not only do you feel the strip working within 5, 6, 10 minutes, okay, which is instant impact, which everybody wants to feel something right away when they're taking a product to know it works, but it has long-term benefits of taking this product every day. And then you're wondering, why is that important, right? It's because you have to have the both. You can't have a product that works right away, right? And then, but you're like, but do I need to keep taking this? What's the point of taking this every single day? Or what if I stop feeling it, right? Why would I continue to take this product? Well, guys, NAC and glutathione, please look that up and look at what the long-term benefits of this are. Okay, so every single day, people take NAC on a daily basis all the time right now, especially with the way the world is. They've been taking this every single day. So the other ingredient that's
However, even if there are already long-term benefits of something, everybody's body will react differently.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all.
Exactly. And again, she's making all these claims, and I feel like it's somewhat violating her. Like, it's not violating anything, but I feel like it's taking advantage of her occupation to potentially push someone else into a decision. And again, live chat, I don't know what you think about that, or if you're part of the replay crew. Do you think that it is unethical for someone to use their occupation to make a sale? And I'm not talking about an actual salesperson. I'm talking about a nurse using her occupation to push people to buy a product. Or even Ava, another YouTube creator here, she was at a gynecologist appointment and her doctor tried to sell her a multi-level marketing product.
Mm-hmm. That made me so mad.
Are you kidding me?
It's, to me personally, it's unprofessional of them to do that within the office setting. It is unethical because that is the MLM product is not something that the office, I guess, or the practice would normally sell. It's something that directly benefits that person who is selling it, if that makes sense. So it's just it's wrong.
Yeah, it is wildly wrong. And people, there's nurses in Young Living who do the same thing.
There's nurses in every MLM, it feels like now. It's like they're trying to get the people in those industries to make the company and the product feel more credible to people that don't know.
Yeah, and we love nurses. We just think that, and we love doctors, and it's just like there should be a boundary in violating your patient and violating.
If everybody was in an MLM, where would the doctors be?
We would be so screwed as a society. Who would, you know what I mean? So there's no doctors, there's no nurses, there's no firefighters, there's no police officers, there's no whatever the sewage workers. I don't know what the right word is, but the people who maintain the public
like
construction, waterworks and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of the quote, like the jobs that take a lot of time, like we need people in those. We need really smart people in those jobs and dedicated people. And then you're trying to shame them for doing that to get them into your MLM. Come on. Come on. Sanitation.
Yeah.
Jessica, you're the best. You are the best. Okay. Play.
This is curcumin. And as you guys know, again, we're talking about another antioxidant. It is the active ingredient in turmeric. It is one of the most taken supplements on the market today. What? But let me tell you why you'd want to take this versus that supplement, that capsule, okay?
Curcumin and cannabis
is very, very hard to absorb in our bodies.
That's not
so
me.
When you're taking a capsule, you'll notice when you pick up, go to the store, if you don't believe me, go to the store this weekend and pick up one of the capsules of curcumin and look at the back of the ingredients list. You're going to see that it's with pepper. Almost every time that you pick up one of those, you're going to see that curcumin is paired with pepper. And the reason why they do that, the black pepper, is because that helps it to absorb just a little bit more. But guys, I'm being nice when I say like 10%, right? Even with the pepper. So this is a technology called diffusion technology. And when you put it on your tongue, it dissolves. It goes straight into the bloodstream and it hits the body on a cellular level. So you are able to,
that's why it's yellow then.
Any
I worked in pharmacy for 9 years, and the number of doctors who wrote prescriptions that would overdose their patients is crazy. If a doctor isn't educated enough on substances, a nurse certainly isn't. That's just really good Starry Night, and that's really scary. What were you saying, Avery?
Lori says that's why it's yellow then. Maybe the pepper is what makes it yellow.
Okay. That's a good point, Lori. Thank you for pointing that out, because we were not sure why they went with yellow, because literally, and again, that type of yellow, it doesn't look like a natural yellow. So I wonder if they've added a dye to it. I don't have the list of ingredients. I'll have to look it up, or like to see if there's dyes in it, but turmeric. Okay.
Oh, turmeric. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep. I mean, that'll turn it yellow, that's for sure.
Yep.
So does a Listerine strip. So are you telling me I have peppermint and wintergreen in my bloodstream? Yeah, I'm not sure. And again, so Q Sciences also have this spray that you spray like under your tongue or something. And I don't know. They all say they have this special technology that puts it right in your bloodstream. I don't know. I'm literally questioning everything at this point, because they're telling me all this stuff and I don't believe any of them.
Yeah.
That we put in this little tiny real estate. Isn't that pretty cool? And then the last ingredient that we have in here is going to be thiamine. And why thiamine is so important, guys, again, you can look up all the benefits of thiamine, also known as B1, okay? But it also converts all of your foods to clean energy.
What?
And another thing that thiamine does, guys, it's so amazing for brain function. So look up all of the different benefits of thiamine. But again, guys, this you will receive an instant result with this product. But
I'd
all
like a donut.
the long-term benefits of taking curcumin and all the long-term benefits of having that NAC. And as you all know, we can use B vitamins on a daily basis to give us that clean energy. And so the last thing that I wanted to tell you guys is how we felt when we took this product. And guys, this has been a while in the making, okay? We've tried this product in its raw form months ago, okay? And I'll never forget because
I don't know. So obviously some of the higher up leaders have gotten to try it, and
They probably got to try like the beta.
Yeah, for sure.
But
if the tongue did that, then we would have so much in our blood, like Dr. Pepper and donuts. Yeah,
true.
And maybe even potatoes. So he just posted in the Discord, and I was like, "We're live, yo. He's on his way." I was fake summoning.
Love that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Actually weren't told what the product's going to do. We weren't told what it was, anything. We just got it sent to us with a note that literally said, "Call me in 5 minutes." And I'm like, okay. So we took this product, okay? And guys, when I tell you that I was cleaning the kitchen and I was doing the dishes, and within 5 minutes, maybe even earlier than that, maybe 4, I started to notice that this like smile was just creeping up on my.
What is he doing here? Is he married to her? Like, what is the deal?
I don't even know if did they introduce it?
I mean, yeah. Is he her husband or fiance or partner or something?
Like, why is he here?
Yeah, it does sound like drugs. It definitely sounds like drugs.
And it sounds like it could get as addicting, in my opinion.
I just don't know why he's on screen. Like, is it trying to make it more appealing to men, or is it trying to?
Or maybe it's trying to make it more appealing to like husbands that are listening in or something.
Yeah, he's not talking, and it's very like he's not emotive at all, and it's
that's her husband, and he literally looks like that all the time.
Oh my gosh. He might have taken more than one strip that day. Yeah, I mean, I want them to do one, like, just take one, let's just watch you for 5 minutes and see if you're okay.
Yeah.
I just want someone to try one.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why I'm sitting here doing dishes. Like, why am I smiling, right? And then I just got this overwhelming feeling of calm. And I looked over at my husband in the next room, and he had this cheesy smile on his face. And he's like, "Are you feeling this?" And I'm like, "I do." So we wound up calling Van, who is our CEO, and we were
that be a little concerning.
Yeah, like what is actually in this? I've never taken any supplement that makes me feel the way that they are talking about, and this is not a sales pitch for this company.
No.
So don't take my words out of context. I'm just I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, the only supplement that I've ever taken was like pre-workout, and that's like supposed to like make you more awake.
Okay.
And the only effect that I've had from it is like if I take too much of it, it makes me a little bit jittery.
Okay. But no like extreme happiness?
There's no like extreme happiness or like it's not like I can like stay awake all day. It's not like that.
Okay.
It's a very minor feeling, and it usually takes about 5 or 10 minutes for it to kick in for my body specifically.
Okay.
And I use the Alani Nu pre-workout, and that's literally the only thing that I've used supplement-wise. So.
Okay. Cool. So has anyone in the live chat or the replay crew, have you ever tried anything that gives you the same like feelings that they're talking about that they're experiencing? Meth
weed. It has weed in it.
They're describing Xanax, Ativan, opiates, and weed. How interesting.
Just take anxiety medication, y'all.
Yeah. I'm shocked that they're again, they've only been open for 3 days, so I mean they might get into trouble. Jeez.
And I said, well,
oops.
I'll let Brandon talk.
I was saying I'm feeling smiley and I feel really good and I don't know why.
Why didn't he take one before he did this Zoom call? You know what I mean?
Yep.
He said he was feeling smiley. He hasn't smiled once on this call.
Up until this point.
And he did one smile and then he's done.
Yeah.
And so someone else in the chat here said, how long does the result from one strip last? Someone said for me it lasted 6-ish hours. So probably they're expecting people to take 3 strips a day.
That's insane.
So how 3 strips a day? So one box would last you, dang, not even 30 times so one box might last you a month, I guess. So if you have 2 people in your family, you have to buy 2 boxes a month. It's $180. Dang.
That's just a lot.
Yeah, and the same guy who owns Prove It owns Elomir. He's a partner in it.
Yep. If anybody, I know most of the live chat is in Erin's Discord. She has a channel for the Texas Attorney General, and she wants all of us to try and file a report to the Texas Attorney General so that he can specifically, or they can specifically address Elomir, because they're the only one that can address them. So if you want more info on that, it's in Erin's Discord.
Yeah, and she also linked it in her stories. I'm going to link it in the description after this is over. So hopefully 30.
Here.
Oh, Dave. Everyone was asking about you, Dave. All right.
What I also did is I have a list going on in my head. I always got so many thoughts going on. I gotta
many thoughts.
Cut the grass, do this, do that, and it drives her crazy in the morning. It really does. And what it did is it allowed me to actually focus all my thoughts down. So
maybe he took too many strips.
Reading a book or working on the computer or whatever I wanted to do, I was laser focused on what I needed to get done.
And so what's really cool is that I feel that this product works.
It sounds like they might be
different.
Might eventually try to say that it helps people with ADHD with that description.
Yeah, and there's this little graphic going around about saying hey, if you want to say this instead. And it's and it's how do we know that it actually helps with all of these things? You didn't do any testing.
If you have any of these symptoms, just talk to your doctor.
Yeah. And again, I think they're jumping off from the idea, or they're they're exploiting the type of people who maybe don't go to the doctor as often, who try to supplement and try to, I don't know, do things that you can get over the counter. I don't know.
But even for me, as I struggle with going to the doctor.
Me too.
Because of PTSD from when I was a kid. I haven't had any major problems with doctors. It's just I had to go to a doctor so often when I was a kid that I just want to avoid it as an adult now.
Yeah.
But if I had an issue where my brain wasn't focusing, or it was going hundreds of miles a minute, that's something I would go see my doctor for, and that's something I did go see my doctor for. What did he prescribe to me? Anxiety medication, and it helps.
Yep. And a lot of these multi-level marketing companies, they create phobias based off of ingredients oh, it's not clean enough, you shouldn't be doing that, or you shouldn't be on medication, or you shouldn't blah blah blah. And they do that to sell their own product to them. So it's selfish. It's selfish and it's dangerous to do that.
But it's the word clean drives me nuts sometimes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Not every chemical is bad, okay? Everything is a chemical.
Yeah. And they do play on this idea that stuff with lesser ingredients is better for you. The ones with not as harsh, whatever. I don't know. They do it again to sell their own products.
Today from different people who have had a different result, but I kind of feel like it just gives your body what it needs. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I actually felt something a little bit different than him. But it's also because he definitely has scattered thoughts all over the place all the time. And for me, I am one that has very high stress. My moods can be up and down. I just sometimes feel very unbalanced with my moods. The kids can do one little thing and I snap, right? And so for me, when she asked me how,
go ahead.
Talk to your doctor.
This person on the side said, I felt the tension in my muscles and shoulders release. It was great. And like, how can you make that? How can you make those claims? I mean, they're all.
If I had been hearing this a few years ago, as a backstory, recently I've been experiencing a lot of shoulder pain after waking up every morning. It's just like it literally hurts to turn my neck in a certain direction. If I had heard this a few years ago, like comments like that one that you just said, I probably would believe it. Yeah, exactly. And other people are watching this and they think it's probably going to be a miracle strip or whatever, and they're gonna pay however much money it is for however many boxes they have to buy at a time. Because I'm assuming that you're gonna have to buy more than one box at a time. I don't know. Maybe you're not. Oh, jeez.
I said, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I'm going to tell you the truth, but I feel very happy. I feel lighthearted. I feel like a weight has been lifted. And I also just feel like if the kids would come into my kitchen that I just cleaned and messed it all up, that I'd be like, oh, well, whatever. And that's huge for me. So for me, this was life-changing. And, I just said to her, I cannot wait until we can share this with everybody because I know how powerful.
Yeah, there was a house cleaning comment. So this person said, so far, I only see one issue for me. I clean homes for a living and time fast forwards. Legit focus and internal calm. My gut, just wow. My racing mind was literally stopped. I even tried to busy it and no such luck. I felt mood balance. Okay.
How can a little strip do that? I'm sorry. I don't believe it.
And they shouldn't be allowed to say all this stuff. And they're going to. They're going to be texting their friends and people they want to sell this product. And they're literally not allowed to make health claims because the product itself, if they actually cared about being able to make certain claims, they would have put their product through testing. They would have.
Mm-hmm.
So
they would have had to.
They would have had to, because you can't just say something can do something without making sure it can do it in every single situation. It's just
this is and how many people that this is going to help. And so with that being said, I am going to turn this over to some of the testimonials so that you can hear from others how they experience this product. And like I said, everybody's different, so they'll be able to tell you their point of view. But JP, if you can unmute yourself and let us know your testimonial.
I am so excited to share my testimonial with you guys tonight. So a little bit about background before I start to tell you my results from taking one strip one time, okay? So late last year, I experienced some major things going on all at once that I felt was out of control. Like my business closed down, the network marketing side of my business happened at the late last year. On top of that, I was having a personal relationship issue that we were breaking up and all this kind of stuff. So I was going through an emotional roller coaster. I had lost a lot of weight from between the years of 2020 to 2021. And I'm an emotional eater. So I know that 90% of my experience.
This just sounds like she needs to be in therapy.
Mental state.
Yeah. And
she shouldn't have to divulge into all of this to people she doesn't know.
To divulge it in order to sell something.
Exactly.
And get people hyped up about selling a product. And again, it's dangerous if people are looking for the same results that she got, and they might not get it if they use it. And you know what I mean? It's irresponsible.
Yep.
And so because I'm an emotional eater, guess what I crave when I'm out of control and I feel like really like everything is going wrong in my life? I crave carbs, and not the good carbs either, people. I crave the bad carbs. So with that being said, I had heard that I was going to feel it pretty fast. And I was like, okay, I know supplements, and I know like sometimes, yes, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 90 days. You know, you've heard so many different things. But to be honest with you, I was like, I will be that person that doesn't probably feel it right away. I bet you I will be. So that Saturday when I got it, you guys, I was like in a funky mood. I, didn't want to work out. I had dishes to do. I had to clean my house, and I just was feeling like just no other words but feeling depressed and down. Because again, like I said, mental state is huge.
Therapy.
Everything else was going.
Yeah, and again, I do understand people not going to it. It's expensive for some people. Insurance doesn't cover it all the time. And I wish that
makes me so upset that she is using this in a way to sell a product.
Yes.
That can get more expensive than just going to therapy.
Oh, that's a very good point, and I didn't think about that. They're saying to spend your money on this expensive product over here instead of they if you were going to spend that money, they could have been spending it on therapy. And that's a really good point.
Are you depressed? Replace your therapist with this strip.
Yeah. Yeah, it is wild.
In my life. So when I took it, you guys, within 2 minutes, I started feeling it. And I was like, and I didn't know how to explain it. Like I felt it, but I didn't know what I was feeling. Like I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I feel it, but I don't know what I'm feeling. And the next thing you know, I started to feel like Shanna had said, a calm feeling, but I had energy. All of a sudden I was like, I need to get up and clean my house. I need to get up and do like the dishes, and I need to do laundry. And I like felt like I wanted to get up and do things that I wasn't feeling like that prior to.
Good point. Sorry, Night.
And I know it's kind of weird. You're contradicting yourself because you say, I feel calm, but I have energy. Like it's the weirdest thing ever. But then I started to laugh uncontrollably. Like what? I started just having this giddy feeling, and I just started laughing. And actually,
that sounds like she could have been high.
That doesn't sound like the normal, like a normal reaction to taking a supplement. No. That like raises a red flag to me. What do y'all think?
Getting high.
Yeah, it does. Like, dang, I wish. I'll have to ask my sister-in-law. I just don't get, like, I don't know. I'm a little bit like, the more I learn about Elomir, in my opinion, the more I learn as a, obviously I have a vested interest and I don't like MLMs, but I'm concerned about what I'm hearing. The more I hear, the more concerned I get.
Pizza, because again, emotional eater, wanted to eat carbs. I was like, let's order pizza right before I took the strip. And he was like, what are you laughing about? And I'm like, I don't know, but I felt good. I felt so good. I felt happy and giddy. But on top of that, I felt like I had no care in the world. Meaning, like, for instance, like Shanna just said, if somebody came in and said, hey, the world is, on fire today or whatever, I'd be like, okay, I'll be all right. Everything will be fine. So
what did she say?
So I just
she said
really
if if the world would have been on fire, I would have just been like, okay, no big deal. I'm like, I'm so shocked. I don't even know what to say.
That's scary. That makes me feel like if I took this strip, I wouldn't have control over my own thoughts and my own mind and how I was reacting to things, and that makes me concerned.
Yeah, and I have a prescription from my doctor. I'm on anxiety and depression medicine. I kind of had refused to go for a long time because I didn't want to be on medicine because people kind of shamed the idea about being supporting your mental health with prescription meds, and I had bought into that, and like I'm pretty sure that they are the reason that I'm like fully functioning and alive today because I got help and my doctor helped me. And also listening to people like Julie Joe saying that she got a therapist and she got on medicine, and like there's a dynamic range of tools that that people have access to, and it doesn't necessarily involve an MLM. And hopefully it doesn't involve an MLM. Hopefully it involves a medical doctor and getting
a trained professional.
Yeah, a trained professional who doesn't have a vested interest in secretly selling you an MLM product at the end of your appointment. So,
like, yes, you're purchasing the medication, maybe you're also paying for the professional's education.
Right.
That's what you're paying for. With these people, you're just paying for a product that you don't know if it's going to work for you.
Yeah, you're paying for the product, and you're also paying the commission on however many uplines up that has to pay out as well.
Yep, line up, line up, line up, line up, line.
Yeah, it's a multi-generational pyramid shit show.
Feeling of giddiness and just focus too. And I felt really, really good. I started getting up. I went to do the dishes. And then by the time my son, this is what got me the most. By the time my son had gotten
sharing.
I wasn't hungry for it. Like,
I need to give Avery the controls because
I don't have any controls right now. Don't give them to me.
I know. Thank you.
I literally was like, oh, I don't really need it. Like, I did not eat it. Was not hungry for it. I had stopped, craving those carbs. And I know, like I said, on a health journey for me, over 90% is the mental state that you're in. And so for me, this is going to be amazing. We're going to help so many people with this product. Now, my son also took a strip too. And I just let you know that I didn't.
Someone in the comments said, the FDA approved NAC. Is that true? I don't think that's true. Hold on. FDA approved. As we, in a recent response to 2 citizen petitions, the FDA has determined that NAC is excluded from the dietary supplement definition under the FD&C Act because NAC was approved as a new drug before it was marketed as a dietary supplement or as a food. And this was in April of 2022. Dang. Isn't that going to be tough for them selling their strips?
Maybe. That's a little sketchy.
Dang. Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Hold on. Exit out. Exit. Oh, my Lanta.
What's going on?
I don't know. User error. Okay, let's try this again. Share. No. Hold on. Let me refresh this. Oh, geez. Maybe my internet's being a brat. Okay. I was kind of over here.
Thing, and I snap, right? And so for
okay,
here we go.
Carbs, and not the good carbs either, people. I crave the bad carbs. So with that being said, I had heard that I was going to feel it pretty fast, and I was like,
don't mind the user error.
I know, like sometimes, yes, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 90 days. You've heard so many different things. But to be honest with you, I was like, I will be that person that doesn't probably feel it right away. I bet you I will be. So that Saturday when I got it, you guys, I was like in a funky mood. I, didn't want to work out. I had dishes to do. I had to clean my house, and I just was feeling like
no thanks, never.
No other word. Feeling depressed and down. Because again,
I'll take a Listerine strip instead.
Yeah,
because of
I would
everything
too.
else that was going on in my life. So when I took it, you guys, within 2 minutes, I started feeling it. And I was like, and I didn't know how to explain it. Like I felt it, but I didn't know what I was feeling. Like I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I feel it, but I don't know what I'm feeling. And the next thing you know, I started to feel like Shanna had said, a calm feeling, but I had energy. All of a sudden I was like, I need to get up and clean my house. I need to get up and do like the dishes, and I need to do laundry. And I like felt like I wanted to get up and do things that I wasn't feeling like that prior to the strip. And I know it's kind of weird. You're contradicting yourself because you say, I feel.
Someone in the comments asked, does this make you high?
It sure sounds like it.
Yeah, it sure does sound like it.
Calm, but I have energy. Like it's the weirdest thing ever. But then I started to laugh uncontrollably. Like I started just having this giddy feeling, and I just started laughing. And actually my son, we had just ordered pizza because again, emotional eater, wanted to eat carbs. I was like, let's order pizza right before I took the strip. And he was like, what are you laughing about? And I'm like, I don't know, but I felt good. I felt so good.
Someone in the comments said, my doctor will not approve of any supplements. Good.
Listen to them.
Yeah.
I felt happy and giddy, but on top of that, I felt like I had no care in the world. Meaning, like, for instance, like Shanna just said, if somebody came in and said, hey, the world is, on fire today or whatever, I'd be like, okay, I'll be all right. Everything will be fine. So I just had this really overwhelming feeling of giddiness and just focus too. And I felt really, really good. I started getting up. I went to do the dishes. And then by the time my son, this is what got me the most. By the time my son had gotten the pizza home, I wasn't hungry for it. Like I literally was like, oh, I don't really need it.
So it's
like,
an appetite suppressant now too?
Was not hungry.
Don't drugs do that? Doesn't one of the drugs like cocaine or make you like suppress your appetite or something?
Yep.
I don't know. I know one of them does. I'm not sure which one it is.
Yep.
Nothing works like that unless it's intravenous. Good point. Yeah, we're just hoping. We're just wanting. Erin sent me this Zoom call and just trying to get more people to highlight it. And yes, I'm a small channel, so there's. I don't know how much good this will do, but
we're trying.
We're trying. Just showing the stuff behind the scenes that's going on is wild. And if it's going on in one team,
it's going on in every other team.
Exactly.
For it, I had stopped, craving those carbs. And I know, like I said, on a health journey for me, over 90% is the mental state that you're in. And so for me, this is going to be amazing. We're going to help so many people with this product. Now, my son also took a strip too. And I just let you know that I didn't tell him my results at all. Like he saw some of them, but I didn't tell him what I was feeling or anything like that. And he had so much good success from it too, that he actually came down the next day and said, Mom, where are those strips at? And I said, we can't order them yet. He was like, what? Like and my son is not like that. He's the type that he believes that you only can get stuff from doctors. He doesn't believe that, you can take a supplement and it'd be good for you. So I will have to say that spoke volumes to me when he came down the next morning and asked me for the product. So you guys,
how old is her kid?
He's like, hey, when can you order it?
I'd like to know that too.
So you guys, just between our two results of one strip, one time, we are going to change the world for this. And this is a perfect time for it right now because of everybody dealing with us and everything that's out there right now. So I'm so happy and I cannot wait to share this with the world.
Thank you so much, JP. That's awesome. I mean, I would say that you and I pretty much had the same result, which is awesome. But it's so nice to hear that it can help with so many different things. So I'm going to turn this over now. I know that Dora has an amazing testimonial. So if you can unmute yourself, Dora, and tell us a little bit about what you experienced.
Let's start first. Hi, my name's Ara. This is my mom, Dora. And her testimony, you can start. Okay. It was a little bit different, but go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
so
her
before
son,
taking the strip,
the lady who spoke before, her name's JP. She said her son's 22, so we can feel better that it's not a minor. So
okay.
Thank God. I feel better about that, and then there's also people encouraging others to talk to a pediatrician before giving your kid something, so I at least wanna point out that there's some people trying to talk sense into the, I don't know, the excitement that's going on, and I appreciate that a little bit. I don't know how effective it's gonna be, but at least we're seeing some of that in the side chat.
Yeah.
I needed help to stand up to get out of bed. I
Swipe or no
just
swiping.
didn't have any mobility. I couldn't dress myself because I couldn't bend down to pick up my pants. I couldn't stand for longer than 5 minutes because of the discomfort that was in my knees, my legs, and my back. I was retaining so much fluid.
Is she reading from
my
something?
legs were puffy.
Yes.
My legs looked like elephant legs. They were so big. And I had such a lack of energy that I would get exhausted during the day. It would just be like, I've got to lay down. I've got to sleep. So I'd gotten to the point where I couldn't cook. I couldn't clean. I couldn't do laundry. I couldn't dress myself or even play with my grandchildren for long periods of time. After taking the strip, now you're not going to believe this, but it's absolutely true. I've been able to cook meals for my family. My grandson, he said to me, "Grandma, you know how to cook?" And I was able to clean the kitchen. Ava went to Boy Scout camp. I cleaned the kitchen for the whole week while she was gone. I was able to fold all the laundry that she left, of course, before she went to camp. I can now get down and put on my own compression pants. I can wear shoes for the first time in over 2 years because my feet and legs were so swollen that I couldn't even put on shoes. I had to wear slippers everywhere I went when I did go out. And now today, I can actually get up and complete a whole song and dance with my grandchildren through the song.
I mean, that's gonna be a pretty meaningful testimony for other people if they're struggling with the same thing. And the issue, again, one of the issues. Again, I'm happy that she's doing better. I can't say that like, oh, this is a placebo. I mean, when you struggle with edema, when you struggle with what she's talking about, it does impact your life. It's very painful. And I mean, I'm glad that she can do more. I
feel for her in this situation. And if it did do something, that's good, I guess. But if there's an underlying health issue going on that can be treated in some way by a doctor, I wish she would have gone to that instead.
Yeah, and again with edema, I struggle with it a little bit in my legs. It's not something that happens all the time, but when it does, it's extremely painful. It's hard to, like, when my body cannot process the fluid, like, it hurts to stand, it hurts to bend my knees. So again, I can see how that would really impact her life. I mean, it's not something that happens 24/7, but it is very painful. So I don't know, like it's tough because I know she's going to be sharing this miracle strip with other people who are looking for the same types of things that she is. And again, if the company like cared about being able to make medical claims that their strip can do, why didn't they put it through the testing? You know, like if it is incredible, then put it through the testing. Go through the route the right way so you can make limited health claims. Instead, it's like, here's some strips, run wild. And everyone is. Like I've heard health claims about sleep, about calmness, about trauma, about happiness, depression.
Pretty much every problem under the sun this thing can fix.
Yeah, and it's like, where's the stopgap? Where are the guardrails?
Where's the line between health claim to unethical?
Yeah, and it seems like we're in the unethical ditch right now, and it's just, it makes me mad. Her story is pissing me off because I know there's people out there like me and would do anything and try anything. Yes, exactly.
People who are chronically in pain or chronically ill, who aren't taken as seriously by doctors sometimes, will do anything or will try anything to try and make themselves feel better. And this is the type of story that will take advantage of that.
Yeah, and someone's going to find any way to find $250 to try these patches, or $90 because I'm guessing you're going to have to buy 3 or you're going to have to buy 2. It's not just going to be available to, and this could be inaccurate information, but it's, I don't know, it's a big ask. It's a big spending ask and preying on people with their health stuff, because people do struggle with health problems, and it is hard to get the doctor to believe them. I've struggled with the same thing, and it's difficult. So you're gonna look for things that are easy to get, like this, to try to see if it fixes your problems. And it's like, the predatory behavior, the exploitive behavior, targeting people with health issues and saying, well, what kind of health issue do you have, and saying that your strip fixes everything. Come on, that's not right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So words like amazing and life-changing, mind-blowing, remarkable cannot even begin to define what the strip has done for me and what has happened to me. It has actually taken me from being an observer in life to a participant again. That's what it's done for me.
Holy shit.
Oh, am I turning it over? Oh, Era. I'm turning it over to Era.
So, I don't know. That was pretty good, Mom. Well, when I took the strip, the energy I experienced was amazing. Like, I used to get those afternoon crashes, and I took it for a few days because I was blessed to get some samples whenever I had gone to go with the team. And like, I had my floors done in February, and it was basically like we were living in a storage unit. I had stacks of boxes all over my house that I didn't know what to do with, didn't know where to put, didn't know anything. I was so overwhelmed and confused and frustrated. And when I took the strip, when I got home, I completely unpacked and cleaned my whole house in 2 days. It was like my home became a home for the first time since I've even lived here. And I've been here over 10 years. Like, it was amazing. I have never woken up, and I wasn't even on the strip that day, woken up and be like, I'm going to do dishes this morning. Like, no, I've never done that. Like, I always have to psych myself up to do what's overwhelming me. And it completely took that focus, and it just made me more focused, and I knew what needed to get done. And I was just doing things. It was incredible. The energy, the focus, I can't say enough about that part.
So it has been life-changing for our family. And so we're really excited about what we're going to be able to do with the strip for not just our whole family, but for everybody that we come in contact with, because of the changes that have happened in our lives.
Thank you so much, Dora and Era. You brought up a good point, Era, because there are some people on the team that feel the same. They said that they started like spring cleaning their house and they couldn't understand why. And so to me, that's so important, because a lot of the products out there, they contain caffeine, stimulants, things like that are like a Band-Aid. So meaning you'll all of a sudden take them, right? And you have this high for a while, but then you crash right back down. And this product helps. As the longer that you take it, the more benefit that you get. So I love that you guys shared about that. So I am actually going to go ahead and turn this over, because we are going to
just another call with backstory people.
What?
It's just another call with backstories.
Yeah, it seems like that's the best way to get into people's pockets. I'm just, you know what? Would be so refreshing. And again, I understand people aren't really like love the facts and stuff. I would give, I don't know what I would give for it, but I would love for a company selling products to talk about the products more and not just about the people, or about how this really shiny, sparkly person is, associated with the company, and that's why you should like the product. No, I think, like when I go to the Target, I'm just looking at the product, or when I'm going to Walmart, I'm just looking at the product. I'm not wondering like who's associated with Walmart. And again, I take this with a grain of salt. I'm talking about this in generic terms. Like, I don't shop somewhere with shitty products because someone like Okay, the issue that the Kardashians had with their swimwear, the Jenners or one of the girls made swimwear that was horrible or something. Not Kim, but one of the younger sisters made a swimwear line that was like where the material was like
Kylie or Kendall.
Yeah, one of them did, and people bought it because of her, not because the product was good. And then when they found the product was crap, there was a whole issue over it. That's what I'm talking the danger about doing these testimonials when no one has tried the product yet. You know, people can spend their money where they want, but they're doing it they're asking people for money in a deceptive way, and that's a huge issue for me.
Yep.
And Kristen is going to do that. So if you can unmute yourself, Kristen, and go ahead and share.
Yes. Hey, everyone. My name is Kristen Samaniego. I've been in the network marketing industry for about 9 or so years. And so for me, the comp plan, in addition to our amazing product, the comp plan for me is a product in a sense, because I love helping people achieve financial independence or breaking away
from one.
The comp plan is the product?
That's a new one.
Is that what she just said?
Yep.
What? No, the comp plan is the comp plan. The product is the product. What are you talking about?
You're not selling the comp plan.
Okay, what's Kylie Jenner? Okay. Yeah, apparently she's selling the comp plan. Apparently 4,400 people have already bought into the comp plan because there's not a customer in sight. Dang. 9 years, so well versed in BS then? Fabby. Dave, you're the best. You're the best. What is her background? I think multi-level marketing university is her background. Dang.
Living paycheck to paycheck, which I used to experience. So I'm really excited to tell you guys about the comp plan because it is absolutely incredible. It's super generous. But before I do that, I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys. So the first thing is timing. So obviously timing isn't everything, but it's pretty darn important, right? And we have on our hands here a once in a lifetime, and I'm getting chills saying this, once in a lifetime opportunity to join a company in the very beginning. And it's not just any company. We're 100% debt for you guys. And not to mention, we have the financial backing.
If the company is 100% debt free, then why did they do such a crappy launch? Why didn't they do a test run to see how many strips they could produce to let it or build up some stock to be able to say like, okay, we're going to release here. Why didn't they do that? If you're promoting like how wonderful in a wonderful financial spot you're in, what the heck? Yes, Jessica. Exactly.
Every day is the best time to join an MLM.
Yes, every day, every hour, especially at the end of the month when you're trying to rank up.
A huge business. The liqueur ecosystem is absolutely amazing. And so let me just go back to the timing again, because I'm just so excited. So the timing, you guys, of course you can create a 6-figure business or more in any stage of the game. I know I have done it. However, the timing that we have here is a once in a lifetime opportunity. If you have the vision, right? If you have the vision to be a part of something from the very beginning, I know it's something that I always wanted, but I never knew if I would have the chance to get that, right?
Okay. In multi-level marketing, like the reps that get reviewed on these videos and stuff, across the board, they say you can be successful at any time in the company's history. You can get to the top or whatever. Now, when we see an actual launch of a business starting up, they're doubling down on this idea that you need to get in early. What's the truth then? What's the actual reality? Which one are you lying in? Because it does sound like you don't really mean that people can be as successful as you when they get in like in 10, 15, 30 years, whatever, 20 years since the company's open. It sounds like it only matters if you get in when it's early. And I'm just
ground floor.
The ground floor opportunity. And as Q Sciences says, ground floor is 4 years in. So just wild.
So it's a chance for you guys to be a part of something from the very beginning and help create that culture, which we're going to get to in a minute. but also massive momentum. And this, you guys, this timing right here that we have right now is where you can create a legacy income for your family. The position that we're standing in right now. It is absolutely insane for your family.
Wow.
You help others do the same with this timing that we have. So I just want you to let that sink in for a moment, because I'm getting chills just talking about it. I mentioned that we're 100% debt free. So we're obviously, even though we're a new company, we're not operating as a company that doesn't have that financial backing. We have that financial backing. We have the LaCour ecosystem behind us. We are not starting up as a regular startup, right? We are starting out of the gate as 100% debt free with a huge financial backing behind us.
You'd say you're a part of the LaCour ecosystem. Does that involve not providing customers the product, or not providing your salespeople the product that they paid for? Is that what
Elomir does?
Yeah, I'm just like, what does that mean? Because it sure sounds like a pyramid ecosystem. Dang. Yeah, apparently it's a thing. Apparently it's a thing. And it's crazy.
So we are very stable with the fact that we have the debt free and that stability.
Doesn't even have a product yet.
So the comp plan now, y'all. So everyone has been waiting for this, I know, because for me, it is a really important part, obviously, of joining a company. Have to have an amazing product. You also have to have an amazing compensation plan for your people to come here and win, right? So we want our people to win. And this type of compensation plan has actually never been done before. It's not the typical unilevel, and it's not a traditional hybrid. It's a mix, okay? So this mix in this compensation plan allows for entry-level leaders or entry-level people and mid-level leaders to have success along with top-level leadership. It's insane. So here, everyone can truly win. And so what I love right out the gate, and I always point this out, is that I love that when you join this company, the first few ranks, you don't even need to bring in business builders, you guys, in order to rank advance. It's all customer volume based, which
Terry LaCour owns like 60 plus different companies. He owns a lot of other multi-level marketing companies. He's a co-founder or co-venture cat. I don't know what the right term is, but he has his hand in at Prove It, the warehouse I think that Prove It is made in. There's other keto stuff made there. I think this product is made in one of his warehouses as well. I don't know.
Terry LaCour running a cult? Maybe.
Allegedly, we don't know.
In our opinion, maybe.
Yeah, we need like one of those back in the day when I was working for Baker Hughes, and we had to do like an org chart for how all the like positions and all the people who fill those positions, and it was huge. We basically need an org chart of Terry LaCour and all his businesses.
Yes.
It would be wild. It would be wild.
I need like a whiteboard behind me to do like
kind of like Tim Sales and his $7,000 whiteboard that he has or whatever. That'd be great.
Smartboard?
Yeah. We could probably do it on my iPad though. We could just draw on it with my paper app and we could like make it. Yeah.
I love, because that gives people that are really client based an opportunity to make a really great income as well. So that's one of the things that I really love about this compensation plan. And it's so unique. What company can say that, right? In addition to that, one of my favorite parts is the fact that we can place volume. So we're building 3 legs here, you guys.
Shoot.
You only ever have to build 3
stacking,
legs, and it's all volume based. So when someone comes in after you have 3 legs, or your leaders have 3 legs, we are taking people and we are placing them at the very bottom of these legs, because they're still considered personally enrolled to myself or your leader, but they're also able to be placed, infinite levels deep. They're still considered that person's direct, but all volume is going to rise from the last person you placed under all the way up the tree, you guys.
Hi. Okay, so in Young Living, and I'm just saying this, we could stack. However, you could only get paid 6 levels down. That was the max. So if you stacked below you would probably only stack 6 levels down.
And how many levels are in Young Living?
Like ranks?
Yeah.
There's the brand brand partner. Oh, so star, senior star, executive, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crown diamond, royal crown diamond. So
Okay.
9. But you could have a lot more levels. And there's a team in Young Living called the Lemon Droppers, and they do something different. So they carry the volume that they can personally buy in every month. So if it's $1,000 or $2,000, whatever it is, they pay that out of their pocket. And they have 6 people stacked in them, multiple levels down. The person who came up with this plan, I did a video on her. She got to Royal Crown Diamond, the very top of the company, in 15 months, which is insane. I think it's the fastest time anyone's ever ranked up. So it's crazy. You can manipulate these systems. But it's wild to me that they're saying that you can get paid in whatever. You can put people infinite levels down and it rises to the top. I'm not sure what she means. I'd like to see the actual info.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? That's insane. I can't think of another comp plan that actually does that. And it really creates true team building because you don't lose money no matter how far below you place. So you place as far down as you want to help your entire team. And that is going to help that spillover, right? That volume that you placed in the tree is going to help everyone from that where you placed all the way up. So it is incredible. In addition to that, how many of you guys have ever experienced where you're playing the network marketing gets your paycheck game every single month, right? You're like, I'm not sure how much I'm getting paid this month. I really hope it's this much, but I don't know. Well, here, you guys don't have to play that guessing game because we have a set pay at every rank. So you always know that you're at least going to get that amount of money at that rank. When you hit that rank, you're like, okay, I know what I'm getting. I don't have to play that.
This sounds like Q Sciences. They do the same thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's better for the company. They try to paint it like it's better for the consultant, but if you can cap what people are earning, now I know they can make money more ways, but I'm saying if you can cap what they're earning, I think that benefits the company, not necessarily benefits the
I think it benefits the company more, but it's also beneficial for the representatives in some way.
Yes, I think that too. I just think financially it's more beneficial for the company.
Yeah.
And I think it's easy to sell to other consultants. It's easy to sell to other independent contractors that this is good for them too.
Game. So you know what your monthly paycheck will always be. We also, of course, have rank bonuses that are paid in full. Okay, let me say it louder for the people on the back that are paid in full. Okay, that are stackable. So you can stack those rank advancement bonuses as well as getting those rank advancement bonuses paid in full. Some people like to split it out a bunch of payments or over a year. Not here. You get it paid in full and you're able to stack those bonuses. We also have the opportunity in your first full calendar month to triple your first bonus. So if you had a rank, you can 3x that bonus. For example, one of our ranks might be, I think, say one rank is $200. If you hit that bonus, it's going to be $600. And obviously that's just one example, but you can triple your rank advancement bonus in your first full month.
This sounds sketchy. I don't know. And again, she's not showing a comp plan on the screen. She's not showing any visual aids, and I definitely am prone to a visual aid. But I just feel like you're just saying whatever you want to make it sound good. I'm sure she's obviously reading off something, so there's something to be had. But
there's something to be shared here, but we're not seeing it.
We're not seeing it for sure, and I think that the tripling of the bonuses in the first month is just encouraging more independent contractors to sign up with the company. I think that's what that is used for, to get more money infused into Elomir.
Mm-hmm.
Your very first full calendar month. So those are some of the highlights of the comp plan, you guys, that I'm super excited about, as well as this amazing timing. I feel so honored and excited to be here. And just to top it all off, you guys, in addition to all the product and the comp plan, we have an amazing culture and systems, which someone's going to talk to you about in a second.
Systems.
Not the systems.
Thank you so much, Kristen. You do the money so well. Okay, yes. And the third thing that is so important when you're looking for an opportunity, no matter where it is going to be the culture. What does that look like? What does the culture look like throughout not only the corporate culture, but that has gone through the team. Okay. And what we've created here is something special. So I really would love for you to hear. Meg, if you can unmute yourself. Meg is.
I just also want to point out a good thing. Someone was asking about ingredients in the product, and lots of people were telling her to go talk to her doctor and make sure that the ingredients in the product don't negatively mix with what she's already taking. Again, also, if y'all didn't know, CBD interacts poorly with certain medications as well. So if you think that it's an over-the-counter option, that's not necessarily the case, because it can impact your prescription medication. So just talk to your doctor. Just ask. A lot of times it's like, sure, you can take it with it, and other times you need to know. You really do need to know.
Yep.
Tell you all about our culture, and not only about that, but about all of the systems that we have in place for you, because I know that they have talked to you a little bit about how we are a brand new company, but guys, we have created systems collaboratively for you guys to just come in here and run with this. So Meg, if you can unmute yourself, I will turn this over to you.
Hey, thanks so much, guys. I'm appreciative being here. My name is Meg Priest. This is my husband, Jared Priest. I've been in the industry for roughly 10 years, dabbled a bit, solidly realized, changed my mindset. You can make money in this about 5 years ago. And I've gone back and forth really in the last couple of years. And the biggest reason is culture. Culture is the reason that people stay, and culture is the reason that people leave. Hands down. That is one of the biggest things, right? If you don't have trust in that culture, if you don't have communication, right? If you don't have boundaries established in that, right? Then
Sounds weird right out of the gate. I understand the idea of what she's talking about. I haven't seen it executed in a multi-level marketing business, and I don't know, I've probably watched hundreds of hours of Zoom trainings at this point, and I've been into multi-level marketing companies, and all of the ones that I've been a part of, they've fallen onto the ditch of culty culture. There's information control, there's thought control, there's emotion control, there's behavior control, either intentionally or unintentionally encouraged in the team. So we're already talking about culture here, and I'm just concerned that it's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're trying to paint this picture of culture, and then slowly but surely it will go down the drain. Like my company that I work for currently really focuses on culture. Like it literally has a culture club and a diversity, equity, and inclusion club that I'm both a part of. But like they don't talk about it like this, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's totally different.
Yes. Yeah, and like groups are good to be a part of. Like, and I was reading one of Steve Hassan's book, and he's like, you know, giving money to an organization you want to be a part of, and like getting to be around friends, like that's normal. And that's still good to do, even if you've left a cult, even if you've left a commercial cult. Like, don't throw all groups away because you've had a bad experience here. You just need to be able to identify the cult tactics and measure for yourself.
It's normal to be in a group setting if it's just socialization.
Yeah.
So
if it's just that. Yeah. And then when you add all this stuff into it, it can turn ugly fast.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Trust. So culture has been the number one reason why I have either stayed or parted ways with.
We're all in Dave's cult.
And I really love that we are building something different here. My husband and I actually had a chance to go down last month and go to headquarters and meet with our CEO, go and walk the plant, go see the liqueur ecosystem. And I really want to touch on that because
what ecosystem?
Yeah.
If you've got information, you should send this to Erin because I'm very interested. It's obviously something. It's something that dairy liqueur has created, and I want to know what it looks like.
Well, maybe she already knows. I don't know.
Oh, well, you know, maybe Erin already knows. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
But I would like to learn more about it too.
Yeah, I'm very curious now because multiple people have said it on the call. The girl who was talking about the money has said it. This girl said it, and so it looks like it's actual physical something.
I really believe that culture starts from the very, very back end. And that means all the way down to the people who are formulating and actually creating the product that we hold in our hands that we share with other people, right? And when we were doing the tour, they talked a little bit about how they put love into everything they do, because when you are in the right mindset and when you're doing something with the right energy, with the right motivation, with the right mindset, and you put that love into it, at the end of the day, it just translates to something so much bigger than just a product itself. And that to me spoke volumes, because as we walked the facility, you could see that, you know, all of the employees were engaged. And I'm just going to let my husband touch
I don't know if they're told to. I think they start to pick it up when they're around leadership, if it's repeated, if they're people do that in groups when you get around like your friends, or if they have a certain saying, or if you're around the leadership, you do start to pick up certain things, kind of like in multi-level marketing, whatever creator genre this is. You start to shorten things that is understood within the group, but if someone new's coming in, they don't know. That's why I try to say multi-level marketing, or I try to say it out loud, because maybe someone who doesn't know all the slang, who doesn't know all the short terms, they won't know what we're talking about if we're continuing to use that. And so like they're saying ecosystem, I'm sure they've picked it up.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely like an inside thing.
Yeah. And I think Janet has some info on it, and so does someone else said it was on the website. We could Google it. So I'm definitely going to do that after the video.
a little bit on that, because he's worked in the corporate world for a lot of years and worked in very large distribution centers. And I know that you were very impressed with how well they took care of their employees.
Yeah, you could just see that there was a lot of pride in what they were making, the products that they were making, and then also just creating a space that people want to be, right? I mean, that's a big part of the culture, and you touched on it a little bit, is, you know, where you want to be and why you want to be there, and what the liqueur industries, you know, is able to do. We walked through, there was a basketball court that was there. They were connected to the community, very community centered, and it was very neat to see. And again, just the giving back for the employees.
And their systems, right? Correct. Going back to systems, they had meticulous systems set in place throughout all the production, all of the logistics. Everything was the most fine-tuned, well-oiled machine that I've ever seen before. And that struck me. But then I got to sit down with our CEO and our founders, and that is where the magic really happened, because we got to see transparency. One of the things that Van loves to say is that she likes to create this glass house so that we can really see everything. So there isn't guessing. So we're not one.
Sorry, I just saw a comment. It said, how does one strip work for a 2-year-old versus a 200-pound man?
Oh God.
When is too much or not enough? I'm just gonna say this. I'm not a medical doctor. You should always talk to your medical doctor, but please stop giving kids your multi-level marketing supplements.
Yeah, don't do that.
What the heck?
Oh
my
man.
Gosh.
And that just spoke volumes to me, because communication, transparency, and trust are the absolute foundation of that. And so for me, that was critical. Yeah. And then knowing that, having that communication and trust established, I was able to see that they already had systems in place to help us be successful. How many of you guys have started a business that was a startup and then you had to do everything on your own? I mean, how many times was I making graphics because nothing had ever been done before, right? And we're making our own groups and we have no idea what we're doing, and it's crazy chaos, right? And so I loved that Van is so transparent in the fact that she is 3 steps ahead of the game, and that we have set up these systems in place to help you be successful. ATM groups, Reels Academy, you guys, how many people are lost on Reels? Okay. Like, I'm learning from my teenagers. Okay. But I still think it's really helpful because we have to learn how to pivot as we learn how to market on social media. So we're already setting up systems in place to help you be successful. And outside of that, the leadership, right?
Someone in the chat asked, what is the percentage of commission? And that's fine, but where can I get a copy of your double blind study? And how many strips can one machine produce a day? Apparently not enough. But the double blind study sounds pretty interesting too. And
is that even a thing? Did they actually do that?
Yeah, Jessica, our resident detective, might know, or Janet, our other detective, might know. Because I'm curious. If they did a double blind study, that is interesting information. And we can still have a problem with the compensation plan, but that information would be interesting to know if they did do a double blind study. Yeah, I want the study. So if I find it, I'm gonna link it in the description, and I'm gonna try to find it after our video.
Clear communications, policies and procedures that are very clear at the beginning, where you don't have to wonder, right? Where you don't have to go, oh, I wonder if that's in there, right? CEOs that are willing to be real with you and say, you know what, this is what we expect. If you're willing to roll with us, then let's run, right? And so that is what builds that culture. I listened to this podcast the other day, and it talked about how a man was in a barista, like a coffee shop, and he's talking to the barista, and he said, what makes you want to stay here at this job? And he said, I just know that this hotel cares about me, that they, all of the managers, all of the leadership, even if they're not in charge of me, they come to me and they say, how can I help you? How can I make you successful? How can I help you be seen, heard, cared about, valued, respected, and help you do your job to the best of your ability? And he said, I have a job down the street at this other hotel doing the same thing, and they're always, treating us disgruntled.
I just go for the paycheck.
Yeah, I just go for the paycheck, right? And so, there's this differentiation between leadership that helps you to be successful and leadership that's just there so that you can do a job, right? And so I believe firmly that the leadership here is setting us up for success. And it is one of the things that really just changed my heart.
Leave people better, right?
Yeah, leave people better.
Isn't that
I think that that's one of the things that has been missing in the industry.
Isn't Prove It say leave people better than when we found them? Isn't that? Hold on, I gotta look this up. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to focus. Hold on. Leave.
I don't know much about Prove It, so.
I unfortunately have followed Jesse Lee Ward for too long of a period of time.
Fair enough.
I might have to look it up. Sorry, my dog is barking.
No need to apologize for that.
He is a little yodeler, and
I love that.
I think it's Prove It says that. Okay.
It does sound familiar.
Yeah, I feel like it's somewhere on I don't know.
If it's not Prove It, it's probably some other MLM.
Yeah, but it does make sense since Terry LaCour is involved in both. If it sounds similar, they're probably the same type of things. Let's see.
For so long is that a lot of people are looking at the paycheck and they're not looking at the people. Our goal when we came back to this industry after saying never again was let's do things different and let's leave people better. And that's what
you can't do an MLM different though.
Yeah.
Hopefully that.
Especially when there's no regulation of the multi-level marketing companies keeping their independent contractors in check.
It's like, I know Erin said previously that she felt that she wanted to do MLM differently as well. And she was in the industry for over 13 years.
Yep.
And even she found out that you can't do it differently.
Yeah. Yeah. And and again, we've sent so many compliance complaints to Prove It about their independent consultants, and nothing ever changes. We don't see change behavior. So again, how are you going to do it differently when the companies themselves will not regulate their independent contractors. I think that's a part of the issue, because they're allowed to get away with whatever they want because they're not enforcing their policies and procedures. They're not enforcing their independent independent contractor contracts or whatever,
Yeah. And we even saw this with Angelique earlier. Like, she wanted to make change in the company.
Yeah.
And like, we saw directly that Monet, whatever.
Yeah.
They saw that, like, they saw something should change, but they realized that it probably wouldn't benefit them.
Yeah. And again, when you're at that crossroads of giving up money or doing right by people, a lot of people are going to choose the money. And it's just frustrating across the board.
And in turn, instead of listening, they terminated her.
Yeah, and when I first came across Angelique when she was going through this stuff, and then she decided to have that conversation with Chelsea. And when I watched that interview, I had a better feeling about Monet than with her being in it, if that makes sense. So, like, the fact that she was having conversations with people, she wasn't participating in that culty bullshit. She wasn't treating her team badly. She wasn't doing all this other stuff. Like, I thought, wow, that's really cool that she is unique. She's different. She is, and I don't want to get her in trouble, so I might have to clip this out because I know she's trying not to say the bad stuff with her with her name. So I might have to clip this out after we finish the live. But again, my opinion of that company was better because she was associated with it, and when they terminated her, I was like, all right, that company's dead to me. That company's dead to me at this point. There's no resuscitation possible because you're going to terminate the one person who brought credibility and a good thing to your name. And you said you don't want anything to do with it. You don't want anything to do with her. No thanks. No thanks.
Yep. It really it really showed the company's true colors, in my opinion.
Yeah. And both of our opinions has nothing to do with with I don't know. I don't want to get her in trouble, so we'll move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Play.
You guys understand a little bit about this company. Shanna and Brandon, back to you guys.
Thank you guys so much. That was awesome. And so I just realized that we never really said what the name of the company was, right? It's Elomir. And this kind of goes along with a lot of what Meg was just saying. It's beautiful because the name actually represents a big part of our culture that we have here as well. And it's live and best with Elomir. And so we always say, live your best. And so leave people better, live your best. All of those kind of slogans we are using collaboratively because that's exactly what our goal is as a team, and as a company as a whole. And so I love that, Meg. Thank you so much. And now I'm just going to put this over to Kristen because I know that your time is valuable, guys. And so she is going to close this out, tell you a little bit how you can join, and then close this call off.
How you can join, but you can't try the product.
All right. I'm back. I just want to say thank you so much for your time. We are absolutely honored that you took the time out to be with us here tonight. So how do you get started? Well, obviously, if you were invited here tonight by someone that really cares about you and really thought highly of you to invite you here tonight, get back with them so that they can give you more information and more details. But I did want to let you know how you can join, like what the packages are, okay? So we have 3 different...
Now, I understand in medical sales, this medical salesmen aren't going to have to try, like, all of their equipment. I get that. I'm not trying to, like, split hairs or paint them in a bad light. I'm saying for a product that you can try and you're telling people how to sign up for the opportunity without them ever trying the product, that seems wildly inappropriate to me. I don't know what y'all think in the live chat. Avery, what are your thoughts about that?
I agree. I have nothing else to say, but I agree.
Yeah, I think one of those bifold like dividers in your house. I think
Yeah.
that she's kind of cocooned herself in the bifold, whatever, not the bifold, but the folding part of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I can't stop looking at it either. Oh my gosh.
Packages that you can come and add. So the first one is 3 boxes of products. So 3 boxes of those strips, 30-day supply in each box, right? And that's going to be $250. And the join fee is waived.
$250.
So $250 for 3 boxes of strips, or you can do the a business, more of the next level business pack, I guess you could call it, which is 5 boxes of strips, which is $400.
What?
And that doesn't include shipping, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So it's even more with shipping.
Yes. And then she's about to tell you 10 boxes for $800, which that does seem like the best price. That's a ton of strips. That's a ton of strips for a small. I mean, I don't know.
It's not making sense.
This does not make sense to me at all.
That's why I'm just like, I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, and it's just again, and she couldn't even get out the higher price. She started stuttering, which I don't have an issue with stuttering. I'm saying with a behavior panel, like when she hasn't stuttered once in this entire thing. I'm not saying I know her baseline, but she was clearly communicating. And then when she had to tell us about the next tier of products, she couldn't get it out. And it's like, do you have an issue with how expensive they are? Because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like there's some kind of stress associated with you telling us the higher price. And I'm certainly stressed out, and I'm never going to buy these products.
No.
Boxes of strips for $800. Now, I just want to point out one thing also before you go, because maybe you're thinking, well, why would I get a larger pack? Well,
yeah, why would
because if you ever want to sell your trial packs, which we have, each strip is individually wrapped, and then they're wrapped into.
So they're trying to be like Prove It, basically, with the trial packs.
Yeah, they're doing it just like Prove It, except I think the people on some of the Prove It teams are lying about their trials that they're selling. And so if the ownership at this company thinks that trial packs are actually selling well for people, that might not accurately reflect how well those trial sales are going. You know? I mean, I guess they could sell it to them in person and on TikTok or Instagram. We could only hope.
Yeah.
What? 5 strips for $25? Wow.
I wouldn't pay that much for a strip.
Wow.
I would pay that much for like clothing.
Yeah.
But not this.
Yeah. Holy cow.
We're going to be able, as a company wide, we have decided to sell those trial packs for $25. So that would be a benefit to you to help people get started. Now, obviously, you're going to want to come in at the kit. And then we do have an amazing 30-day money-back guarantee on our products. So I mean, those are the options that you guys can join at. So get back with a person.
A product that they don't even have yet?
On behalf of everyone.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they have that. I don't know how they're gonna. I hope that the reps actually tell people about the 30-day money-back guarantee. Because that's something that's definitely seems to be lacking on the education side when reps are telling people about this.
There's definitely a lack of transparency.
Yeah.
Here from Elomir. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Bye.
Okay, that's it. Huzzah.
Oh.
Holy crap. 25 for 5, only if they're done by Mr.
Yes. Agreed.
Oh, I hope they do. And I again, I'm jaded. I for sure am jaded. And I'm a decent salesperson. I do tell people too much information because I want them to go in with a clear idea. My upline and Mary Kay used to hate that I would do that. And again, she also got around me trying to protect my downline a few times because she sold them a huge amount of inventory which I was furious about. And so they're probably not gonna do the right thing by their customer, but I can only hope. And if you're watching this and you're an Elomir customer and you're still within the 30 days, you can return your product and get your money back. You can. Oh
just get the Listerine strip.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, go pet a puppy and get a Listerine strip and like drink some water. I don't know what to tell you. Oh.
Go to therapy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You know, when Erin sent me this, I was like, okay, great, I'll watch it. And I didn't think that there was gonna be that shocking of like stuff in there, but holy crap. Someone asking about giving the strips to your 2-year-old to a 2-year-old.
That makes me furious.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they would answer our questions. You know what? And I will say this. If you have a Zoom meeting and you're doing a presentation, leave some time in there to answer questions in the chat. I know that's kind of obvious, but nobody wants to go to something like this, and I guess I'm doing the same thing, where you're just talking to hear yourself talk. I'd rather have a conversation. I'd rather talk to Avery. I'd rather talk to people in the live chat. I'd even love to talk to you on the replay crew in the comments. That would be great. But like in an actual, when you're launching a freaking business, answer the questions of the people who are going to be selling your product to other people. And I'm not trying to give good advice to multi-level marketing companies, but it makes me crazy that people are wanting their questions answered and they're not getting them answered. And then they're going to make up whatever they want when they're in front of a customer.
It's like they're avoiding doing the bare minimum. Like, even with my current job, I did a presentation discussing user experience since I had just gotten a certification for it. And I was giving it to the whole company. And at the end of the presentation, we left 15 to 20 minutes just for people asking questions about what I presented to them.
Yeah.
It's just basic courtesy. If you're giving out a lot of information to people, they will inevitably have questions, especially on these types of Zoom calls where not everybody is like fully paying attention. You know, if they have their camera off, they're usually doing something else, you know.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but generally speaking. Like, you just gotta be courteous of that and recognize that people will ask questions and they deserve to be answered. And it's rude to not answer it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's rude to have people on a call where you just get to talk this whole time and then create questions and then not answer anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just wild. And again, they keep saying, oh, this is just like a traditional business, or that we do things just like a traditional business. In a traditional business, we would have gotten questions answered at the end of the Zoom. Mm-hmm. We would have. And you're continuing to do things not like a traditional business. So, like, which is it? Yeah. Either do it or don't. You know? It makes me... Erin and JJ are going to continue making videos on Elomir. And they've already made a very good amount of videos on it, and they're doing a lot to try to undermine them Elomir reps overtaking hashtags. That it's super manipulative.
Yeah.
If you don't already follow them on Instagram or YouTube, I always link Erin and JJ's information in the description below, and I'm gonna try to link that double-blind study and the contact form for the Attorney General so we can potentially report if this ends up being a pyramid scheme to them so they can look into it, because Texas does have good laws about that, protecting consumers. They went after Brittany Dawn. They've done it for other things, so there's a good chance.
Even though Texas is still a shit show, in my opinion, at least they protect the consumer.
Yeah, I mean, it is, yeah.
I mean, all of America is a shit show. So that's just, you know.
The good thing is, you know, we all get to vote different people in the office, thankfully. And again, I don't want to get too political on my channel, but don't let fear overtake your ability to make decisions, and don't let it forget that you do have the ability to participate. Even if you're not a citizen, if you live in a district, you can contact the reps, and they have to listen. They are required to listen to you. So be encouraged. Don't be fearful. We're going to try to get real information out about Elomir. And yeah, I make other multi-level marketing content, other anti-scam content, anti-cult content, and hopefully Avery will be back. I like going live with her, and I try to go live with a bunch of different people. I don't know. It's just my preference, I guess. So
I like being here. Hopefully we can get my channel working. So
yeah. And then and any of the videos you've been on, I can download and send to you too, so you can have them for your channel when you get your channel up and going.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Live chat, you're the best. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and suffering through this Zoom call with us. Replay crew, please let us know what you think. We do know it's a shit show, so like I cannot even believe some of the questions that were going on in the sidebar. Yeah, we're having a good time, and I think Avery and I are all maybe gonna react to a Monate training that Veronica left. Is that her name, Veronica? The big leader.
Veronica Bay, yeah.
She left Monate and she went to a new company, and I messaged her on Instagram and I said, "Hey, I missed the Zoom training. Are you gonna have another one?" And she said, "Here's the recording." So I'm gonna react to it, and hopefully Avery may want to react to it.
I will come back if you want me. So
yeah, I would love to have you. So yeah, hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye.